Welcome back to my channel. I am so super excited about today's video. We're going to be talking about a brand new launch from Nomad Cosmetics. We have the Nomad Chicago Speakeasy palette. And you guys, first of all, let's talk about this packaging or the cover on the palette itself. It is velvet with this kind of gold inlay. It is so super soft, and I just think this is perfect for a speakeasy themed palette. I will be keeping this stored in the outer carton so that it doesn't get dirty. I want to keep this as pristine as possible. They have launched a couple of other palettes that also have the velvet, and I just think it's an absolutely beautiful touch. Let me show you guys what the outer carton looks like, because I think this is just as beautiful as the palette itself. We have an art deco scene here of a Chicago Speakeasy, the jazz players, the flapper dancers. I think this is just absolutely beautiful. And yeah, like I said, I will be keeping the palette itself stored in here so that we can keep that velvet cover as pristine as possible. Then, of course, we have the color story itself. These beautiful neutral brown and purpley tones with this like pop-up green up here. This middle row is multi-chromes, which we will talk more about in just a minute. This color story, this formula, just from the swatches alone, so freaking pretty. The theming for Nomad palettes are different destinations around the world, hence the name Nomad. So we have, the speakeasy with this one. We have festivals, we have countries, we have parks. There's actually Nomad Park palette that's really, really pretty. And so because of that, each one of them comes with this little postcard, as if you are going to that destination and you are collecting a postcard from that particular destination. We have a speakeasy on the cover of this one. We have a cocktail. I just love these. These are like cute to collect as well. And on the back of each palette, there is a description of the palette, the destination, as well as the cause, because each one of their launches, they also partner with a different cause. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in close-ups of the swatches, the color stories. You guys can kind of see what everything looks like close up. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to read through the back of this card just to kind of give you guys an idea, more information about this palette. New Chicago Speakeasy Color and Chrome palette. Destination, knock and speak easy. With secret doors and special passwords, Chicago's speakeasy scene was second to none during Prohibition. Via a network of riverways and tunnels crisscrossing the city, the hot commodity was smuggled to concealed bars buzzing with jazz playing, flappers dancing, and drinks flowing. 100 years later, Chicago speakeasies are still tops with original joints that take you back in time and new places with reinvented classics. So pull up Capone's old seat at the Green Mill, grab a Chicago fizz, and keep the good times going. The palette, cozy with cocktails, wrapped in velvet and art deco design, comes a mixology of colors inspired by decadent decors and libations with warm liqueurs garnished with a vibrant twist. 10 indulgent mattes and 5 exquisite multi-chromes. The cause. We are so proud to support Friends of the Chicago River, an organization that works to protect and restore the Chicago River for people and wildlife. The palette will be launching Tuesday, October 8th around 12:01 Eastern Standard Time. Friends in Pacific Standard Time, it will be launching around 9 p.m. PST on Monday night. Friends in Europe, 6 a.m. CET on Tuesday morning. The palette is not limited edition. It will be around for at least a year, and if it should sell out, they will be restocking it. It will price at $59 USD, Euro $59. Local country pricing applies. And I do have a code. It is Tanelia followed by the number 10. It will save you 10%. It is non-affiliated. I don't make a commission off the code. It's just to help you guys save a little bit of money. All right, so now let's put together a quick look using our palette. What I think I want to do is focus on neutrals for the matte. So I think I want to do these two mattes and then maybe this one to kind of blend everything out. And then I want to focus on these two shades right here. I'm going to go ahead and swatch them just to kind of show you guys. I did do the close-up, so it's a little bit harder to get that shift. So I want to swatch them in person and kind of see see if I can get a better shift. In person, this shade is looking more orange with a gold shift, but if you look at it on camera, it's looking more red. And like this shade as well. It looks more purple to me, but to you guys, it's looking more green. So I'm going to swatch those real quick just to kind of see what they look like, how you guys are going to see them on camera, just to see if we can get a better shift. This is south side. You can kind of see that. It looks like a purpley green. Let's see if we can get that shift. Like I said, it's kind of hard sometimes to get it. Oh, there you go. You guys are seeing that. Kind of a purple to blue to green. Oh, that is so stunning. So we definitely want to use that one today. The other shade that I wanted to look at is this one. I think this says Boulevard Deer. I'm going to swatch that one. This in person is more like a copper to purple kind of a shift. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it. You see it? At least I'm seeing it. I hope you guys can see that too. It's like a purple, gold, copper. Oh my word, they're so freaking stunning. But these two are the shimmers that I'm going to try to focus on, and then maybe take one of the lighter ones in the inner corner. Let's go ahead and get started putting together this look. I've already primed my eyelids using my locked eyeshadow primer from A2O Labs in Nude. Currently, this is my absolute favorite eyeshadow primer. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the Drunken Goat, which is this deep kind of chocolate brown. I'm going to put that on my favorite detail brush from Beauty Bay. We're going to lay that down on the outer corner. We're just going to lay that down here. I have to say, just from the swatches alone, this is probably one of my favorite Nomad matte formulas. It was so smooth, so butter, it was so pigmented. I had no issue whatsoever like picking up the formula. You know, sometimes the way that, well, a lot of times the way that it performs in a swatch is not the way that it performs in an eyelid, but they swatched absolutely beautifully. I was so freaking impressed. Do you see that? Such a super creamy, super buttery formula. It is just blending out without any issues at all. And you know, sometimes with deeper shades, sometimes they may stick. This is not sticking. It is blending like a dream. Wow, that is so pretty. It's a gorgeous chocolate formula. Next, I'm going to take my Real Techniques detail crease brush, and we're going to dip into the Absinthe House, which is kind of this coppery Cafe au Lait brown. I'm going to lay that down in the middle or the crease. I'm really wanting the focus of this look to be those duochromes. I'm mainly just kind of laying down at base. Because, you know, shade-wise, these are kind of like pretty basic neutrals, like a perfect base, and it's perfect for fall as well. Even though it is still so ungodly hot here in Memphis, Tennessee, it is the 5th of August, and I think it's supposed to get up to like 89. Yeah, I am so over it. And this is coming from someone whose favorite season was summer. Not anymore. Now I'm like, fall is my favorite season. I am just like so over the heat. But look at this. Oh, oh my word. It's just blending like a freaking dream. Formulas like this, no matter what brand they're from, that just basically blend themselves out. I freaking love. I cannot get enough of. And that is so pretty. For the inner portion of the eye, I'm going to go with the Green Mill, which is this lighter kind of minty green, just to have a lighter base in the middle for the shimmers to lay down on top of. So I'm going to take just a little bit and then just lightly dust it, just to kind of brighten the inner portion just a little bit. We don't want to go too crazy, although, you know, there's nothing wrong with going a little bit too crazy, but I am going to Walmart later after I film this, so I don't want to look, you know, too insane. We'll save the insane looks for later on, because I do intend to do a 2 looks with this palette. That is such a soft, smooth formula. Not super pigmented, but pigmented enough for, you know, this type of palette and what we're going for. That is going to be it for the mattes. Before I lay down my multi-chromes, I'm going to take a little bit of my BH Cosmetics Base Booster Glitter Glue. I like to lay down a sticky base whenever I'm dealing with shimmers of any kind. Just kind of helps everything pop a little bit more. So I'm just going to lay this where I want my shimmers to go. I'm going to lay down Belvedere first and then go into Southside. So I'll start with a little bit of Belvedere on the sticky part of the brush, that same sticky side. I'm really hoping that that shimmer or that shift will show up on the lid. You know, sometimes you don't see the same shift when we lay it down. Already I'm seeing a difference on the eyelid. Do you see that? Well, you can see the shift. If you guys can see that, it is shifting from like a copper to a red, but on the eyelid, it is definitely laying down more red, whereas in the palette, it looks more copper. See, that's the interesting thing about multi-chromes. You have no idea what you're actually going to see, whether or not it's a swatch on your eyelid, the different lighting. But yeah, I see a shift, but it doesn't look the same as like when I put it on. You see that? So freaking pretty. Now I'm going to take this smaller flat brush from Revolution and we're going to go into Southside. I'm going to lay that here, just kind of blend that in what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of an ombre from one shade to the next. Let's see what this looks like. Definitely more green. I can see copper like right in here. You see that? I can definitely say right away, I'm definitely noticing the shifts to be a little bit different than I was seeing them in the initial swatches, but they are multi-chromes, my word. Ooh, it's so pretty. For the inner portion, I'm going to take Gin Hickey right here, which is basically the lightest shade in the palette. And I'm just going to lay just a touch of that in the inner portion, just the inner corner. Ooh, okay. Do you see that? On, it looks deeper. It looks more orange. In the palette, it looks a lot lighter. This is definitely showing up darker than it does in the palette. That is very, very interesting. I just realized that I said ombre when what I actually meant was gradient from one shade to the next. But yeah, these multi-chromes are so absolutely stunning, you guys. I am just so impressed. They are so freaking beautiful. The formula is absolutely gorgeous. All right, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do my liner, my lashes, throw something on my lips, something in my waterline, and then we will come back and do our final first impression thoughts of this gorgeous palette. We are back. Our look is complete. For my wing liner, I went with the Slick Flick liner from This Is Relove by Revolution in black. I don't like it as much as my Artista liner from AOE Studio, but I think it did a good job with giving me my wing. As far as my lashes, I honestly don't know which brand these are. I lost the original packaging, so I have no clue, but you know, they're pretty nice and fluttery. For my waterline, I'm using one of the BH Cosmetics cream gel liners. The shade is in Aurora. It's just a really pretty bright purple. I kind of wanted to brighten the lower line, the waterline just a little bit. Is it just me? Has anybody noticed that Beauty Bay has been like taking off their like main branded products? Like a lot of their products from their actual brand are like no longer available on their website. It's not showing anymore. Has anybody else noticed that? I wonder if they're doing a complete rebranding or something, or just like cutting down and like only having a certain products available. I have no idea, but I did notice that. As far as my lip combo, this is also from Beauty Bay. It is one of their lip pencils. It is in terracotta. It's just a perfect peachy tone. I wanted kind of a soft, peachy, neutral lip to kind of go with the eye look, and I do like this combination. The lip, this is one of the cream matte lipsticks from Juvia's Place. The shade is in Vogue. I think this is such a pretty, perfect, peachy tone. Now, as far as my first impressions of this palette, you guys, I think is stunning. First of all, from this velvety packaging, which goes perfect with the Speakeasy theme, this formula is, I have to say, by far one of my favorite formulas from the brand. The mattes are super pigmented. They're super smooth, super buttery. They blend like a dream, at least the shades that I use. I'm looking forward to trying some of these deeper purples down in the bottom. I will be doing 2 more looks of this. It just may be a couple weeks before that comes out, but I do want to work with this palette some more. I think it is stunning. These multi-chromes, so pretty, so shifty. And like I've said throughout the video, I just think it's interesting how the shifts can like appear differently on the eyelids, differently in a swatch than what we're seeing in the palette itself. But they are just absolutely stunning, and I'm looking forward to playing around with these some more. Once again, I do have a code. It is Tanoia10, non-affiliated. I don't make a commission. It's just to save you guys some money, and you can use that for anything on the website. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had just as much fun as I did. I really had a lot of fun playing with this palette. I'm looking forward to using it some more and doing some more looks for you guys. If you enjoyed the video, found it helpful, please surely give the video a thumbs up. It really does help with getting my videos into recommendations. If you're new to my channel, you are not already subscribed, I would love it if you consider joining my little family and hitting subscribe. Make sure you tap the bell so you don't miss a thing, and you can also follow me on my other socials. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.